Georgina, what blood type are you?
I'm an A negative.
Is that the same as rhesus negative?
I've got no idea.
Well, you don't know your own... I have to admit, I don't know my blood type.
Well, I know that it's A negative. What's your point here?
The only reason I ask is that if you're rhesus negative...
Which, yes, I presume the negative means that.
Well, okay, let's assume, for the purposes of this content,
yes,
let's assume that.
Yeah.
If you're rhesus negative, you are more likely to be abducted by aliens.
Why?
Because certain people believe that rhesus negative is an alien blood type.
Excellent.
Yeah. Also, interestingly, if you've got green eyes, you're more likely to be...
I have a tad of green in mine, maybe.
This is all statistics, Georgina.
Oh, hold on. My sister is first on the list then, isn't she?
Has she got green eyes?
How do we know she's not already an alien? Oh, well, here we go.
That's the thing, you see, we don't. We should probably scan her for implants. This is Sowerby and Luff Deluxe.
On tape from Studio Senseless in leafy London town, it's Sowerby and Luff Deluxe.
Welcome along to Sowerby and Luff Deluxe. How are you, Georgina?
I'm worried I'm about to be taken by an alien. Uh-oh.
You are now. It's interesting because the way the studio is configured in 2023 is that I can only see Georgina's eyes.
That's a good thing, though.
Because there's a big computer screen in between us, and she's sort of peering over it, a bit like when someone short is driving a car and you can only see
the
their hands
and the forehead.
And the forehead.
Yeah.
But I can also say, new glasses, are they, Georgina?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. It's the only thing I can comment on because it's the only part of you I can see.
To be honest, if you can only see my eyes, then you're kind of getting the best bit there. So I'd go with that. I was quite happy with that whole cover your nose and mouth thing because I have eyes that bore into people's souls. So yeah, that's maybe because I'm an alien though. So
it could be. Well, we'll never know, really, will we? So
we can know, surely.
Coming up on Sowerby and Luff Deluxe, there will be a word. There will be a word that is nice to say.
How lovely!
And in Georgina Sowerby's Corridors of Conspiracy, we will look at how the National Lottery was set up to catch time travellers.
Yep, it's purely a trap for time travellers.
I'm looking forward to that because I haven't heard that bit.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, you haven't heard about that at all? You're in for a treat.
But first, Georgina, matters arising.
Okay.
Now, I've put this on the agenda from now on.
Yes.
Matters arising, because there's always something.
There's always something that niggles you.
Yeah, there's always something to talk about. Yeah. So kicking it off then with the hottest topic of the day in this place, right? And I'm sure you know this is coming.
There are lots of things you could complain about, with that.
It's the fact that you constantly jump out at me in the dark.
That's because I'm an alien.
No, let me just explain this to our lovely listeners.
Go ahead.
You see, Georgina doesn't like switching lights on.
Not in the evening because it wakes me up and I don't want to be woken up.
It's very good for the planet.
It is.
So fair play to you.
Yeah, saving the planet 1 minute at a time. Yeah.
But the thing is, when I come out of the living room, right, and my eyes, I've just been watching the TV, so they're not adjusted to the light at all. And wherever you are in the house, it's dark.
I'm skulking.
The kitchen's dark, the hallway's dark, the bathroom's dark. So I literally don't know where you are, right?
Yeah.
And I have to feel my way. Now, that's not so bad, but what's terrifying for me is that sometimes, for example, I'll come out of the bathroom and you'll just be there.
I know.
Like an apparition.
I know.
And the number of times over the last few months that you have frightened the living crap out of me, I've lost count. If I had a pound
Yeah.
for every time I turn a corner in this place and go, whoa! Is there anything that you can do about that? Could we put a bell on you, for example?
Do you remember we were in Hong Kong and that little toddler had a little ring on her shoe, so she went ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
I do remember that, yeah.
Maybe I should get one of those, or maybe I should just. We watched a drama many eons ago called The Paradise, and one character, do you remember, was always lurking behind doors.
Yes, I wish I could remember the name of that actor.
We called him Lurking Behind Doors Man because he was always just lurking behind a door. That's me.
That actor's been in loads of things.
I've taken on that role.
We should look him up.
Yeah, he's a very famous actor, but he was always behind a door. Maybe it's the same thing for him. Like, I only want to show my eyes. Maybe he only just wanted to show, like, half his face. Maybe it was in his contract, like, I always have to be behind a door. Maybe that's what I'm going to get written into our household contract, that I can lurk anywhere that I want to.
No, I mean, the thing is, I know this is humorous content, Georgina, but is there any, if there's any way you can stop frightening me, that would really help me, because I mean, I think I've got a reasonably strong heart.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really want to keep risking it.
Do you have life insurance?
I do have life insurance.
Well, okay, we can explain a lot there, can't we?
Okay, that's matters arising number one. Matters arising number two.
There's a list.
There's a couple. There's still a couple.
Yeah.
The next one is unwelcome changes to hot chocolate.
Now, okay. I thought you might try and cover.
You're taking this one on board.
Yeah. I'm taking this one on board because you like the slightly luxurious version of the low-calorie hot chocolate.
Yes.
And what I did was went and bought an unbranded version of the low-calorie hot chocolate. And I know you like your hot chocolate about 8:30 in the evening. It's a way of winding down, like me switching all the lights off. But I have a theory. Because I told you it was unbranded, you didn't like it as much because brand. So I am going to, at some point, and this may seem unfair to you, put that unbranded hot chocolate in the empty branded jar and not tell you which one it is.
No, don't do that.
And see if you go, ew, what's this?
No.
Because it's all...
I've tried both of them, and I don't like the new one.
It's surface for you. Surface for you. You buy a jam because you like the lid.
No.
Oh, it's got a checkered lid. I like that.
No.
You don't look at what's in it.
Please don't put things in other things. There's nothing worse than putting something... for example...
Yeah.
Okay, it's all right if I know about it. The sultanas.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
They are in the exquisite biscuit tin.
Yeah.
And I know that they're there.
Yes.
But what Georgina does is she puts things in different tins and doesn't tell me. So I'll go to the... And your mum does the same thing. I go to the fridge to try to get the butter out. Mm-hmm. And in the butter dish, there's like frozen turkey fat or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's because she's defrosting it for the soup or the gravy to come later.
So to summarise the first
what
two
we're
items...
doing is reusing rather than replacing, and that is a good thing.
First two items then, you're not going to jump out at me in the dark, and you're not going to put things in other things to confuse me.
Yeah, okay.
And you're not going to swap the hot chocolate anymore. There's one other thing.
I dread to think what's coming next.
There's other
There's so
thing.
many things you could go for here. Just one more thing.
It's the bed hat.
Oh, I was given a bed hat as a present, and I like the bed hat.
Yeah, it looks... I tell you what it looks like. If anyone's old enough to remember Ab-Fab... Adina in Ab-Fab, played by Jennifer Saunders, used to wear a kind of weird turban. Right. Sometimes. Mm-hmm. And Georgina's bed hat, which is, according to you, it's something to do with keeping your hair not curly or something. What is it?
Keeping my hair not curly.
What is it?
Basically, if you wear a silk hat at night, and this is a bit like your aliens go for negative blood types, because no one really knows. But it's an idea that if you wear silk on your hair, it's not going to get up, because my hair goes frizzy. It goes into a frizz bomb. It goes out and up for some reason. And my sister said, if you wear this at night, now the only trouble is, it does make me look like a Victorian ghost.
Yeah, it does.
And so the fact that I wander in the dark down the corridor with with my Victorian ghost outfit on does make everything a little bit
When I wake up in the morning, if you happen to be facing me, right, which luckily on most occasions you're not, but if you are facing me, then all I can see now is this weird silk turban, and underneath it, your eye, what do you call them?
The eye mask.
The eye mask.
Yeah.
To keep out the light.
Yeah.
Right.
And my earplugs to keep out the noise.
Earplugs.
When I go to bed, I like to get rid of all senses. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know that the world is around me. I'm sure I'm not alone in this. I lock myself off. I go into the little booth of sleep, and that's where I stay for my 8 hours before I wake up.
Well, that was Matters Arising.
Those were excellent Matters Arising. I'm glad you've aired your problems.
Yeah, coming up next, it's Georgina Sowerby's Corridors of Conspiracy.
Corridors of Conspiracy.
I love how he says corridors.
Thank you, Big Mal.
Corridors.
What have you got for us on... I'll turn that off. It's annoying. So, Georgina, what have you got for us on Corridors of Conspiracy this week?
People think... I'm going to start a lot of these sentences with some people think.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what this podcast is going to be about.
Okay. Some people think that lotteries were set up to catch time travellers. Why you'd want to catch them, I'm not sure.
I have to say, that is the most stupid thing I've ever heard.
No.
But I am, and in this podcast, I am going to buy into things.
Yes.
Right?
Either buy into it for maybe the first 30 seconds.
For the purposes of this podcast.
Because in theory... I quite like the idea that basically, if you can travel through time, what's the first thing that you would do? I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
Well, it's all the cliches, isn't it?
You'd know the lottery numbers.
Kill Hitler.
You'd go back to before the lottery, and you'd put the numbers on.
Yeah.
So... people in power went, how do we catch all these people coming from the 31st century, the 30th century, the 29th century... the 28th century, etc.
And other centuries.
Other centuries are available.
Yeah.
So how do you catch them? And it's because they're the ones that will come back and win the lottery. So all lottery winners are actually aliens. Now, what we don't know is that some people win the lottery and are immediately taken to a secret location where they are scanned for alien chips. And if they are aliens or people travelling from the future, because for some reason everyone in this theory thinks that everyone will be chipped in the future, we don't know.
Is it only if you win a huge amount of money?
Yeah, if you win 10 quid. If you
win 10 quid, you don't get taken to Area 41, 51.
Secret location. No. And scan. No, but some people think that big lottery winners, if they're from the future, simply get taken off because, let's face it, if you're from the future, you weren't around before the lottery, so no one knows you. No one's seen you. No one knows you as Bob from next door.
So the guy that's just won, some guy's won of them.
He's come from the future.
£1 billion or something in America.
He's come from the future. He's won the lottery. He's taken off to a secret location. He's a time traveller. He never reappears again.
So he gets a call to say you've won the lottery, and the next thing he knows, his door is being kicked down. by government agents, men in black, who drag him off to the kicking room at the Washington White House.
They test their blood type straight away because that's a given, right? Check if their eyes are green.
Rhesus negative.
Oh, yeah. And if you are, I think all things are lining up in you. Now, the one thing I disagree with about this, now say you're travelling, I mean, I've already got it in my head. So I'm travelling from the future, which is completely doable. I want to enter the lottery from 2 months ago, and I already know the numbers. I do that, but what I do as the alien/time traveller is give it to a really good mate and say, willing to go halves with you on this, because that person isn't a time traveller.
It's a fascinating theory, Georgina. And I will add it to our fast-growing list of fascinating conspiracy theories. There will be more of Georgina's Corridors of Conspiracy in the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up next, words that are nice to say.
Sowerby and Luff Deluxe.
Today's official word that is nice to say is sumptuous. Let's say it together. Sumptuous. Turn to someone close to you, look deep into their eyes, grasp their face firmly in your hands and say sumptuous. Place it in a sentence for us, Georgina.
My favourite fluffy blanket used to be sumptuous, but now it smells of wee.
Sumptuous. Today's official word that is nice to say on Sowerby and Luff Deluxe.
We are the mice who live under the sink, and you are listening to Sowerby and Luff Deluxe.
I thought we'd got rid of the mice under the bloody sink.
Yeah, nothing I can do seems to get rid of them.
We can't get rid of them, so I thought we might as well have them in the show.
We live with them now.
Yes. Still to come on Sowerby and Luff Deluxe, a family are chased by a luminous flying egg. In flying saucers, ate my pants. Plus poisonous toads, a Grinch in a carpool, and something on the menu called a butterboard.
Yeah.
In Don't Bogart the Finger Monkey.
If you'd like to listen to the full-length version of this podcast, and who wouldn't, please go to patreon.com/Studio Senseless and become a patron of Sowerby and Luff Deluxe.